Shalom, shalom. Call halal yamla, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, and teach them well. Peace and salutations be to the full elect. I'm Brother Tazwan, coming at you from the province of Babylon camp here in Tampa, Florida. This is going to be going into basically the so-called New Year starting off right. All right, because they say it's New Year's, but really the New Year starts in the spring. All right. And before we get into the topic, the main topic, I want to cut that up real quick. Just one simple scripture and move forward. Alright, so here it is in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, and verse... It's like this is in transit, so just bear with me, Bible Shah. The book of Exodus, chapter 12, and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Okay, so like NLT says, from now on, this month will be the first month of the year for you. And then the NIV says, this month is to be for you the first month of your year. Now you're seeing is you see how it keeps saying to you, the first month of the year to you, and of your year, you know. Speaking to Israel. All right. There's another scripture that follows after that. Which says Deuteronomy chapter 16 and verse 1. Observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy power. For in the month of Abib, the Lord thy power brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Okay. The month of Abib, Passover month, which is in the spring, usually between March and April. All right. Now our months are dictated by the moon. All right, which that means there's 4 weeks in a month. All right, 4 moon phases is 4 weeks. But these Edomite calendars go by something called the Gregorian calendar. These are heathen months. We go by the heathen months. All right, so if we're going by our months, we'd be actually our years would be a lot shorter than the years of these Edomites. Okay, these Edomites add extra days into their months to fit according to their agenda. All right, but the Lord say our month is the first month of the year, is the Passover month. That's in the spring when life starts springing up. It's like the seasons are being born again. You know, the first season, spring, which is life. When everything starts springing forth out of the earth and growing, all right, it only makes sense that at the end of the year there's winter when everything dies, and in the beginning of the year everything becomes alive. You know, just like life and death. Okay, life and death of the seasons. And if you can understand it, the Lord says His ways are plain unto the holy, but they're stumbling blocks unto the wicked. I want to grab another scripture. In Daniel. Now the whole world went by the true calendar, which the Lord say He set the signs in heaven, which is the sun, the moon, the stars. He set them there to give service unto men, as for seasons, times, and the end of times. Okay. And that was what they were there for, to dictate the time for us. It's like a natural clock. Daniel chapter 7 verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until the time and times and the dividing of time. So he thought to change times and laws. Now there's laws against the righteous law. Okay, you can be demonized and put into jail, or even given a death sentence for trying to keep the law that the Lord gave to us in our land, in the land of Jerusalem. All right, but this devil, okay, changed times. Now you go by the Gregorian calendar. They also had a Mayan calendar or something like that, where they said the world would end in 2020 and 2012. All right, well that failed. Okay, but this devil has changed times and the calendar and the years and the seasons and the dates and the amount, the days and the months and stuff like that, because he's trying to deceive. You do things like that when you need to deceive someone. All right, but moving forward, let's get it started on what we've noticed this year already. You had a shootout in the mall. Okay, a few things that happened already, and we're only the second day in. So you had a shootout in the mall. I think they said 2 were killed. Let's see. Okay, mass shooting. Montenegro mass shooting. 2 children among 10 killed in Montenegro shooting. All right. And they said the guy was around. It says 2 shot at busy shopping center. That guy was around 25 years old. He looked like a jig. All right, but he had a Habib on or some shit like that. I forget what you call it, but a head covering, which they can all correlate that. They can always turn that back to us and look at us like, okay, these are the Israelites. They wore stuff like this. Maybe they, maybe it was them. They always looking to put the blame on somebody. You have 1 dead and 7 injured in a Tesla fire explosion at Las Vegas Trump International Hotel. Okay, where you had that Cybertruck blow up in front of the Trump Hotel, and it looked like it was triggered by fireworks, because you're seeing in the explosion, you see a bunch of fireworks going off, which fireworks are also considered explosives, all right, or weapons, but they legalize them when it comes time for their so-called pagan holidays. Well, I wouldn't say so-called, but when it comes time to their pagan holidays, they legalize explosives. All right, I remember when I was younger, and we were celebrating that wicked shit. My siblings were lighting one of those huge fireworks, and they put it in the ground. Okay, and it was meant to shoot towards the sky and explode. It was one of those huge ones where it goes in the sky and explodes like in four different directions. Well, it jammed in the floor, misfired, and I think it shot out from the bottom. And when it shot out from the bottom, it was like blasts of fire traveling along the ground. One traveled towards me, and then the others in the other 3 directions. And I know the Lord put the spirit on me, But when it came towards me, I jumped over it. And it was fast. It happened so fast. But when it shot towards me, I jumped over it. It was almost like it was out of instinct. And they got something called Ultra Instinct in Dragon Ball Z, where your body just moves on its own. Okay? But my body moved on its own pretty much, and I jumped over it, and it exploded on the wall behind me. And I just knew if that would have hit my leg or hit me in any area, it would have done critical damage, man. All right, you had this guy who was lighting a firework a few weeks ago. Okay, because they come out like a month before New Year's. He was lighting a firework a few weeks ago. There was a video, someone was recording it, and as he was lighting it, it exploded in his hand, which split his hand in half. All right, it was blood was squirting out of his hand. He was trying to hold it back. Okay. That just goes to show you, but enough rambling on that. It says 1 dead, 7 injured in Tesla fire explosion at Las Vegas Trump International Hotel, an intentional act, which you could tell it was intentional. It was literally a cyber truck, and Trump and Elon are working together. So that makes you think, who did something like that? Who would pull something so strategized and thought out? All right. Here it says at least 14 killed, dozens hurt on Bourbon Street in New Orleans as driver intentionally rams through crowd. Okay, so he did a crowd hit and run, pretty much. Which what he did was he ran over a whole crowd of people, which we got videos in the group chat that's uncensored, and it's just, man, it's brains all over the floor, people legs bent all the way to their head, bodies just disoriented, just mangled up, man. Okay, and you've seen he ran into a huge crowd. It's like he stopped and the spirit hopped on him, and the truck just sped off towards the right. It took a complete 90-degree angle. Okay, it wasn't like it turned slowly. No, man, it just shot off towards the right while it was parked straight, you know. So he must have stopped and turned his wheel and then slammed on the gas. And it was a truck, and those trucks have much horsepower, just shoot it off. Have a crazy acceleration from the start, from the jump, from just sitting still. They just shoot off. All right. It says the death streak went up to 15 now. Okay, so maybe people that were injured are still dying, or that maybe they found more bodies. Okay, but this guy has said that this guy ran through the crowd and then he got out and started shooting people. All right, so there was a Jake woman on social media saying, listen to your parents when they tell you not to go anywhere, basically. She said, they took my daughter's gone, you know. And I don't know if that was her daughter, but it was some Jake, so it looked like a Jake woman, a light-skinned Jake woman, looked kind of like the one in the picture with the mom, and her ankles twisted off, her legs, it looked like she did a split. I'm just looking at the picture, not the picture. That's the video, but I can't show that. Looks like her legs are split forcefully. All right, and you can tell her thighs popped out of place because of the way it's making her thigh look. All right, and her body is just mingled, man. Okay, when you get ran over, usually you get ran through two wheels, and it's what that does is it twists your body in place. Twist your body or twist one part of your body faster than the other part twists, which causes bones to break, organs to rupture, all right, and nerves to disconnect, which eventually leads to death, or immediately leads to death. You're basically getting cut in half without being cut in half. It's an internal cut in half, you know. But that happened so far already, and we only the second day into this year, you know, into Esau's year. But it goes to show you ain't supposed to be celebrating these so-called holidays and going out and trying to watch the ball drop and trying to go shopping and just trying to be around the crowd of people. Scripture says, I'm going to grab it here. You want to hang out with the crowd. You want to be with the guys, with the friends, with the girls. Exodus 23:2 says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. The multitude is doing evil by doing what? Celebrating New Year's, so-called. Okay? The multitude is doing evil when they go out and have fun and have a blast. Just to go out or do anything anyway on these days is considered guilty by association. If the Lord looking down and he sees the whole crowd of people celebrating New Year's, and you just there because you just came to have fun, but you don't celebrate it in your mind, the Lord will look at you like, nigga, you stupid. You with them, you know, because scripture say what? Can two walk together unless they be agreed? All right, you can't be with that multitude of people unless you agree with what they doing. It says, neither shalt thou speak in the cause to decline after many to rest judgment. So don't follow the multitude, man. Don't follow the crowd. Just because you see the crowd doing it, you see everybody doing it, don't mean you should jump in and do it. You got to understand something. The multitude is going to perish. More people are going to be destroyed than saved. So if more people is doing that, if you see a lot of people doing that, you better get away from it. All right, chances are judgment is about to take place, and you don't want to be a part of it. Okay. I got this, and I got one more. We can close it out. Oh no, I needed to come back to me and slip my mind. I should have grabbed the other one first. So I'll just grab this one and we'll see if it comes up to mine. Ezekiel 21:3, and say to the land of Israel, thus saith the Lord YAHAWASHI, behold, I am against thee, and will draw forth my sword out of his sheath, and will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked. Okay. And it goes on. It says, seeing then that I will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked, therefore shall my sword go forth out of his sheath against all flesh from the south to the north. All right. We got cut off from our land, man. The righteous and the wicked. Israel all together. You don't just see the wicked over here in America, but the righteous as well. It says that all flesh may know that I, the Lord YAHAWASHI, have drawn forth my sword out of his sheath. It shall not return anymore. The Lord is sending out attacks. Okay, and there it is. It came back to me. All praises. The Lord is sending out attacks. He's sending out judgment demons. Okay. It says in the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord YAHAWASHI hath not done it? Okay, so it goes to show you the Lord is moving on these things, man. I'm gonna grab one more. The Lord is moving on these things, man. All right, and nobody else is doing it but him. The Lord gives out the calls, and there's nobody beside him. You know, YAHAWASHI is executing judgment. All right, and you want to be on the right side so you don't have to feel that judgment. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 39 in the NLT. Look now, I myself am he. And the Lord said, I'm him. He says, there is no other God but me. I am the one who kills and gives life. I am the one who wounds and heals. No one can be rescued from my powerful hand. No one can be rescued from the Lord's powerful hand, man. The police ain't gonna save you from the Lord. You think those people weren't calling the police during that car ramming? Of course they called the police. How do you think they got there? You know? And you think they got there in time to deliver those people out of the Lord's hand when they were getting ran over? No, of course not. Because no one can deliver out of the Lord's powerful hand. This is the NIV. See now that I myself am he, and there is no God besides me. I put to death, and I bring to life. I have wounded, and I will heal, and no one can deliver out of my hand. There you go. You can go to the hospital all you want. They say the death toll is still adding up. Maybe people still in the hospital trying to recover from the injuries and dying from it. All right? No one can deliver out of the Lord's hand. If the Lord sanctioned for you to die at a certain time, then you will give up the ghost at that time, no matter what you do. If you want to find out how that really works, watch that movie Countdown. All right? These people were given a certain time that they had to die. And they ain't gonna die. It ain't gonna be no second extended or no second before it. But they gonna die at that given time, and nobody escapes the Lord's judgment. Plain and simple. All right. And you watch that movie Countdown, not to spoil it, but they were trying to escape death, and they were doing everything they can. They started trying to put up salt around them, salt circles and shit, to protect them against demons, because they realized it was demons doing the work of the Lord to take them out. All right. To the untrained eye, they were just getting mingled up and caught up in disastrous situations. But these people actually started doing their research and tried to fight against it. And when they tried to fight against it, they started seeing the demons manifest that was meant to take them, that came to take them. And the demon was using deceptive methods and tactics to get them out of their protective barriers and stuff like that, to show them that they can't be protected, man. Okay, as long as you have a mind, you can be deceived into getting destroyed. All right. The Lord had I believe it was Michael, the archangel, was sent to deceive King Nebuchadnezzar, but King Nebuchadnezzar was blessed with a very strong and resilient mind, and the Lord will give these attributes to kings so that they can rule. Okay. And I think Michael, I believe it was, he couldn't bring Nebuchadnezzar to be deceived, so he went back to the Lord, and the Lord sent YAHAWASHI to do it, and YAHAWASHI got him. Okay, so these people will try to resist, but in the end, there is no mind stronger than the mind of the Lord, man. Okay, you can't get away from the Lord. You can't be delivered from His powerful hand. All right. If you stop one demon, a more powerful demon gonna come to get you. All right. And that's if you can stop the demon. And you ain't gonna be able to stop a demon, man. These demons will get to you, and you'll never even know it. You'll never know when they latched on to you. All right. But this year started off with a bang. Okay, and elders and apostles went into it. 2025, the hopeful year of deliverance of Jacob and destruction of America. All right, so Lord willing, this is the year, man, which is looking very promising. Seeing the things that Trump was going into. Okay, so with that, I truly hope this is most edifying to you. I came out with listening to the sincerity. Until next time, I give all glory, honor, and praises unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Shalom.